welcome to the update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. Aussie motorists are being urged to fill up now as conflict in the Middle East begins to impact the local fuel price. The wholesale petrol price has gone up 8 cents a litre over the past week, but is expected to rise within days. The NRMA's Peter Curry says it usually takes around 7 days for the impact of Middle East tensions to be felt at the Bowser.
If you live in Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide or Perth, fill up now. We are at or near the bottom of the cycle. Prices are either in the high 160s or in the low 170s.
Anthony Albanese has called for a return to diplomacy after the US carried out a series of strikes crippling Iran's nuclear program. The government's National Security Committee has met to discuss Australia's response, with the Prime Minister supporting America's action. Mr Albanese says, though, now is the time for de-escalation.
The world has long agreed that Iran cannot be allowed to get a nuclear weapon, and we support action to prevent that, and that is what this is. The US action was directed at specific sites central to Iran's nuclear program. We don't want escalation and a full-scale war.
Australia has recorded its highest road toll in 15 years. New data shows more than 1,300 people died on our roads in the past 12 months. Experts warn the government's target of halving the road toll by 2030 is off track and needs to be reviewed. The price of a postage stamp is set to jump by a whopping 20 cents next month. The consumer watchdog has given the green light to the increase, which will take the price of a stamp to $1.70. Concession and seasonal greeting stamps will remain at 60 and 65 cents respectively. The corporate watchdog has reached an agreement with the Good Guys over misleading store credit promotions. The company will pay $13.5 million and implement remediation programs for some customers. Parent company JB Hi-Fi says it's worked cooperatively to resolve the matter. Nearly 70% of tenants fear asking for repairs will lead to a rent increase or eviction. The Australian Council of Social Services surveyed more than 1,000 renters, finding half live in homes where repairs are needed. And police in Victoria are investigating a horror home invasion which has seen a man forced into the boot of his own car, sprayed with petrol and his house torched. 3 men armed with guns and a machete are on the run. The 68-year-old managed to drive to a neighbour's home to raise the alarm. Sport and entertainment are next. In sports, St Kilda forward Max King has been ruled out for the rest of the AFL season. King, who hasn't played a game this year, underwent knee surgery this morning. He was closing in on a return to football 10 days ago before hurting his knee again. Travis Head isn't concerned with experienced duo Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne to miss the first test against the West Indies starting on Thursday in Bridgetown. Batsmen Sam Constas and Josh Inglis to return to the 11.
Guys with experience already in a short amount of test match cricket, so and guys that we've played a lot of different cricket around in my career with, so it might be a bit different with some of the familiar faces, but again, there's some guys there that have been a part of the group for a long time now.
And the Socceroos will face New Zealand in 2 friendlies in September. Canberra will host the first game before the return leg in Auckland. In entertainment news, Beyoncé has been joined on stage by her husband Jay-Z for the Cowboy Carter tour in Paris. The superstar couple teaming up to perform Crazy in Love just days after Miley Cyrus also joined Beyoncé on stage for a surprise appearance. The man who rushed on stage during Katy Perry's Sydney concert has been fined $750. Johnson Wen, who can be seen in footage getting right next to the pop star, pleaded guilty to 2 charges over the incident earlier this month. And Kanye West's Aussie wife has debuted yet another eyebrow-raising outfit. Bianca Censori spotted out and about with the rap superstar in New York wearing nothing but edible candy lingerie. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll have another episode of The Update for you tomorrow.